this out. Do you need to reload?
I do, since I just filled my
We're all
glass
gonna be
with
fucking
cigar
totally shit
ash.
faced by the time we start.
Alright, I need to reload.
Welcome to
Bitch.
hold my hair.
Welcome to Puke Fest 2019.
You don't have any hair. What? What do you
When
mean?
we started the show,
Oh,
I
yes,
had
yes,
some
oh.
fucking hair.
Alright,
Oh, are you done now?
I'm done screwing off now. Let's
Are
do
you
this.
sure?
We are ready.
We're ready.
You want
I,
to screw up?
ready
I so do not have my shit together today.
ready to rock?
Well, okay, well, that's all right, Captain.
Come on, Clarky, it's 9:30. Let's do this.
Yeah, Clarky, let's do
9:20.
this.
Stop it.
Stop it. All right, well, are we ready?
Party pooper.
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
You gonna,
What
Silly
you
wabbit.
you know what? This would be good to start off with when you say, "Are we ready?" and go into.
Okay, I'll edit that out too. Thanks, Mom.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody's
Oh, boy.
got to
Edit.
do it.
Chop. Chop. Edit. Nipple. Edit. People. Edit.
On that note,
Porn. Edit. Wait, no,
Oh my
no, leave
goodness.
that in. They'll give us.
leave that in, because yeah, this is what I deal with all the time. Nothing but shit.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be a long fucking night.
What fucking intro song is that? Mark.
Do we have any quicker?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for you guys to let me know.
We're ready. We're waiting on you, girlfriend.
All right, well, let's hit
To
it
the
then.
far
Come on.
Fourth.
Here we go. Turn it up a little bit. That's what we got.
Alright, there we go.
Here we go.
Welcome. This is the Whiskey Roundtable. Grab your cigars, grab your whiskey. Let's go on a little journey.
That's it.
We are your hosts. I'm Joe Clark.
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller,
Doug Dunbar.
Alright.
otherwise known as.
Big
Sexy.
Sexy.
Want to thank you for joining us tonight. Be sure to view us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And also, again, when you get on YouTube, please remember to subscribe to our channel. That will help us get our views up. And if you want to be a guest on the show, just contact us. Bring your favorite whiskey, like Mr. Doug did tonight. And we will discuss any, if it needs to be an open bottle, you know, if it's something really rare like we've said in the past, that's fine. We'll get to that. As far as Hank and Carl announcements tonight, we don't really have a whole lot. We're going to have a co-op theme thing going on in the next week. And on tonight's show, we are featuring something we all laugh about sometimes on the co-op, and it is a Bird Dog product, but it is the 10-year Bird Dog. So I'm really excited to try this because I've heard a lot of good things about the Bird Dog 10-year. And that's it. And I think we're going to
Edit.
So we're doing a few little things here, and I was hoping you would kick into that, but we're going to do a distilling science section here, starting next week with Mr. Big Sexy, aka Doug.
Yes.
It's not Doug, aka Big Sexy. It's Big Sexy, aka Doug. So he's going to be throwing some knowledge on our brains.
Hoping to be the wizard of whiskey science.
Up here.
There you go.
Brains here. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Just go easy on me, because I got a little bit to work with. So,
That's right.
hey,
Great.
you don't have to agree with me.
What? Who? Great. What do we got? What do we got on cigars? What are we smoking tonight?
So again, Royal Havana cigars. I'm smoking a 770. It's a Nicaraguan, Ecuadorian Habano binder, Nicaraguan wrapper. Again, Dave at Royal Havana Cigars, 38448 Lakeshore Boulevard, Willoughby, Ohio. Check them out. Mention our name when you go there. You get 10% off your first purchase. Dave is good about handling all of our cigar needs. He does weddings, anniversaries, birthday parties, anniversaries. We do once a month we have a cigar event. So look at their website, Royal Havana Cigars. Check them out. Check them out. So on top of that, I want to our guest next week. Chad Verhoff. Chad Verhoff is the owner of Jackson Gray Jewelers.
Have Doug kick that out there.
Yeah,
That
keep
can
up to
be,
that camera right there.
they're
right
at,
on up, man.
they are at
up a little
516
Take it on up.
516 East Washington Street, 44022.
Nice. Thank you.
He does private jewelry if you want to go there and just have a private tour or go over something that you may want to have made. He is a very talented guy. Chad's a great guy. I've known him for a little bit. His phone number 440-247-5600. Chad, looking forward to seeing you next Friday. So Royal Havana Cigars. I also want to talk about the Village Martini. Village Martini right there, and the other location, Clifton Martini. Great place. Village Martini is also at 516 East Washington Street, Chagrin Falls, Ohio. You can get there right next to Hunan. So if you know where Hunan is, check them out. The Clifton location is 10427 Clifton Boulevard, 44102. Give them a shout or stop in there. They have good bourbons, scotches, wine, and very, very good food. Good guys. They're also going to do a
derby.
The Kentucky Derby. So I think that, I don't have the date, but I'm assuming it's the first weekend in March. In May. I said it wrong. Yeah, May, right? Yeah, April, May. I'm sorry, kids. It's been a long day. But they're going to do so the Village Martini in Chagrin and the jewelry store, Chad Verhoff's Jackson Gray Jewelers. They are going to do a party there, and you can look it up. It is they're asking everybody to wear a tie and a derby hat, and they're going to have great food. I'm sure they're going to have some nice Kool-Aid for you guys to try, and it's going to be a big party. And bring your friends. Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, check
What's
it out.
A derby hat?
You never seen a derby hat?
So I have a little bit of information. A derby hat. When women go to the Kentucky Derby, they always wear these big outrageous hats, like you see like the Queen Mom wear
Like
and
back in
all
the
that
day.
stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I
So
gotcha.
so it's Saturday, May 4th, and it's between 4 and 8 p.m. And it is at the Village Martini Bar at 516 Washington Street in Chagrin Falls.
When's the day is that?
May 4th.
Oh, okay.
It starts
yeah,
at
okay.
4 p.m.
Cool.
and it goes to 8 p.m. So check it out. It'll be fun. It's the same day as the Derby.
Right. It'll be
I
good.
think the Derby starts at
Sounds like a lot of
6:30
fun.
that night.
Right. It'll be a good
Remind
time.
So
me of
I
that
know
place
the,
so I can attend.
We'll have appearances by the Whiskey Roundtable. Woo! So
Yeah.
we'll be hanging out.
I also want to give another shout out to 550 Buffalo Chicken Dip, 50 Buffalo Dip at gmail.com. Brian Reardon and Andy Kelly, two guys that I know. You can order online for the holidays for Buffalo Chicken Dip. We've had it. It's fantastic. Give it a shot. That's the order, 50 Buffalo Dip at gmail.com, or you can contact them at 440-897-9917. Okay, kids, that's what I got. I know you're all playing that for me because I'm all discombobulated today.
And don't forget, any of our sponsors, if you mention us, there's a 40% increase in price.
That's for the chicken
That's
dip.
'cause they
Just
love
kidding.
us so much.
We're
Which buys
kidding.
us our booze. No, I'm just kidding. No, don't listen to me.
Good guys.
Whiskey
No, everybody we have, as far as
Chicken-
our sponsors,
Buffalo
are
Chicken
great
Dip,
people.
good dudes, man. Yeah, we have great sponsors.
I'm the only round tableian. I don't even know if that's really a word. Sure, round
It is
tableian.
now.
That yeah. I'm the only round tableian.
Yeah, you're like hooked on phonics. Go ahead. What do you got?
I got them knowledges up in that.
I see you got the knowledge up there. How you crickets?
I got them smart.
How you crickets? You crickets
Yeah.
good?
Oh
Oh,
hell.
okay.
What's your
Just
crickets?
What's your
Them-
crickets?
them crickets
Not
are
so
kicking
good. They're
all the
about
time.
500 right now. So we also want to throw a shout out to the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op. So we're going to talk about the
We do.
Cleveland Bourbon Co-op
It
today.
is.
So Cleveland
there.
Bourbon Co-op. Obviously, if you're
Got that shit, girl.
from Cleveland or live in Cleveland, you can join the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op. And we're going to talk tonight about. We have Dougie Big Sexy over here. He just joined, and
Just joined them this week, so
so you had some questions about.
very proud new member.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a few questions. So
Okay.
as a new member, what can I expect? And I'm interested in learning more about it. Do I get a starter kit, membership card, my free T-shirt?
This is gonna
It's
be your starter
17
kit.
bottles of booze of your choice from anybody's collection except for ours, and they're glad to hand it out. Any of the moderators, except for the admins, will give you free booze. And so, guys, we're trying to attract new members for you, so you have to give up some free booze. I'm just letting you know, and I hope you see this part of the show and make
Sounds
sure you're watching.
fantastic.
But you can do that. Oh, and they said as many cigars as you would like to take from their houses if they smoke.
Correct.
And that's your starter kit.
That's your starter kit.
But you have to drink it all within 2 hours.
Correct.
Okay.
You get a lift home. So are we going to come back to the
Reality?
questions?
Yes,
but
I'm sorry.
But I seriously though, I do want to learn about it.
Okay.
Lay it on me. And what's the history? Like, how did it get started, and when did it get started, and that kind of thing.
2016 is when it got started. Hank Spicer and Carl Betty are the originators, and it kind of was a smaller group. We came in, I think, about 9 months after it started. I think Karen was the first one of the round tablians that came in.
I was.
And then she invited me in, right? Because we were always hanging out and stuff like that. And we're always chilling here. God, we've just been like chilling here and drinking booze for a bunch of fucking alcoholics. We need AA. But anyways, for years. And that came across. And she's like, "Oh, Joe, check this out." Bumped it over to me. I'm like, "Oh, holy shit!" And I was just like, "Bing! This is gonna go far for me."
Yeah,
And
and not to interrupt you, but it's such a small world. So my sister is actually Kathy Tverdik is the one that hooked me up with the
friends with Carl. Okay.
Co-op. So she lived in Vegas when Carl lived in Vegas, and they knew each other.
Right.
So when Carl and Hank got the co-op together, Kathy was part of the group, and then she said, "Hey," because she knew I like to drink. So I joined, and then I knew, Joe was the big bourbon whiskey guy, and I got you in and a few other people.
And I remember
and
the
it just
conversations.
rolled. Yeah.
It was something like this. It was like, she was like, "Hey," she's like, "Karen, your buddy Joe that got you guys into whiskey and stuff." She's like, "You guys actually don't have to go to AA. There's this group now on Facebook. They started in Cleveland, and it's a bunch of alcoholics that get together, and they formed a group, and we trade alcohol."
Because nobody likes a quitter. Nobody likes a quitter.
But I think when you first joined, did you sleep for like the first week?
No, I was like post. Yeah, it was kind of.
And I hear from Joe, he's like, "This is the best group ever. This is the best."
Yeah, it is. It was. I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" And that's when our collection went from like, we thought the collection went to. This isn't politically correct, but we thought the collection was kind of retarded to begin with, and it was just like a little stack of bottles. We're like,
You're talking about our collection?
Yeah.
Oh.
To begin with, it was
So pretty much where I am
dude,
at
it
this
was
point.
under the bar. Okay,
Yeah,
the
we were able to
collection
keep
was
it under
under
the
the bar.
Okay.
And everybody sat at the bar. So we joined this group, and we're seeing all these. We're like, "Oh,
You
look
can
at
still
that!"
sit at the bar. You just
have to mute.
You just can't see anybody on the other side.
And you have to move a couple boxes.
Right. I wish I could pick one of the cameras up and be like, "Look," but so it went from like a handful of bottles that we thought was like, "Oh, look how pimp we are," and we get on the co-op, and then it just got completely retarded.
I
Blew up.
I thought my collection was pretty good. My friends always come over and go, "Wow, dude!" But it's about what the corner of his bar looks like there. That's about what I have. So I got some work.
I think my wife's got a
That's
problem.
one of the reasons I decided to join up.
We used to buy bottles and actually drink them all in one sitting because we did enjoy the taste and everything, but we got into. Now I think the group definitely helped us. We enjoyed then, but we enjoy the drink a lot more now. I think it's almost like a respect that we built.
We do have a respect for it.
Yeah.
Get back to some of your questions.
Yes.
Okay, so what as a member, what's the benefit? What's the benefit of somebody becoming a part of the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op?
So there are different things that the co-op does. Okay. Now I personally am not a member of the co-op because
you can't be.
Because I can't be. Okay. So my wife is. but I'm able to reap all the benefits as well. You know, and I don't mean that sarcastically, but
you do give a lot.
I do give a lot to the co-op. I do, and the co-op gives a lot back. So it's a scratch my back to scratch yours. So, you know, so you have the opportunity. A lot of times, you know, when people are looking for different bourbons or whiskey, you know, whiskeys or scotches or whatever, just say whiskeys. A lot of times, a lot of the members will offer up something, you know, that maybe you've never had before, or, you know, a scotch or a bourbon of some sort, even tequila, you know, different things like that. You have the opportunity, they'll put it out there, say, hey, I have 2 of these, or I have 3 of these, I want to trade something. You know, I paid $50 for this, and I'm looking for an equal trade. You know, usually what the co-op tries to stress is whatever you paid for that bottle, tack $5 onto it for travel time or this or that. Which
Not
is
doing a secondary market.
right,
God, no.
right.
No,
They
no.
know you will be kicked off immediately.
And usually, if
They
it's
don't
like
play.
locally acquired things that stores ran out of, we just reimburse for what we paid for because it's here.
Right.
But a lot of the stuff, like he said, if it's out of state, you're taking your time to get it. Like I went to Kentucky quite a few times. We got stuff from my dad that brought us stuff from
Sure.
party stores. You would go to Indiana when we used to get the Willet. You used to get a lot of the Willets out
Right,
there.
right.
We got a guy that goes to PA. We got a guy in Texas, and he travels to these
Delaware,
states.
Jersey.
Yeah, tack on a few bucks for
California.
your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, because you went out of your vacation time and you drove somewhere and did this and that, used your gas, used your time. So yeah, we understand that. So yeah, it's a reimbursement.
And
That's all.
as you know, I'm more of a hunter than a drinker. So
He's a hunter-gatherer.
I'm a hunter-gatherer.
Yeah.
So you know, we have a lot of nice products.
We've been whittling.
But
Yeah.
so you have the opportunity to reach out to that person, and it should come across your Facebook if it's tied to your phone, where you get an alert from somebody Facebook that the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op so and so is offering up, you know, Stag Junior, or, you know, Blanton's, or, you know, some of that, you know, Smooth Ambler or whatever. They'll offer it up. Maybe they have too much of it and they want to get rid of it. I've a couple guys have hooked me up pretty good with Buffalo Trace Single Barrel, because that's my favorite drink. So I will buy as much of that as I can get.
What was
Okay,
his name? John or
Josh.
Josh?
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Josh was, and there was another, but there was another one too that hooked me up. But anyway, I apologize, I can't remember everybody.
Yeah,
I'm
names
terrible
were
with
strong
names.
too.
But so you have the opportunity to say, you know, you may look at that and say, you know what, you know, and it's 99.9% of the time, the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op members, they drink good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
and
know.
if they offer up anything that's, you know, $20 or $22, it's usually a very good product as well. It's the cream of the crop, you know. And so you have the opportunity to either trade something for them, you know, of equal value, or buy it. You can say, you know what, I want that bottle, and they'll say to you, you know, well, you got to meet me here on Tuesday at, you know, such and such time, you know, and then you can go there and do your deal, you know, and you know, it's not illegal to do it, you know, and you're not doing anything, you know.
Yeah, it's nonprofit.
Yeah, it's nonprofit. So, you know, and you know, those are some of the things. Plus, they do events, you know, a couple
I was
times
going to
a year.
ask, what do they sponsor events? Or
Yeah, they
hold
do. They
events?
are. Go ahead.
Can I kick in something real
Sure,
quick that
go right ahead.
actually relates to your question? So in a previous show, I think it was your first show, I had asked you a question, how do you acquire, that's one of the things you asked me, how do you acquire whiskey? And you kind of gave that, you know, it was funny.
Yeah.
No offense, but you gave that smart answer of, well, I just go to the store. Okay, this is the beautiful part about the co-op. So even though Ohio's getting better with their store offerings, now your collection is going to get stupid because you're going to be able to get things that you just can't go to your store and get, or no.
Right.
And these guys are very, I mean, it's just reimbursement. You're going to find a lot of stuff that we have there, that a lot of the admins have. They offer up all the time. Eric Black offers up a lot of stuff. You'll just meet a lot of guys. I'll even kind of guide you when I see certain posts. I'll always be like, Karen, gee, look at this, you know, or I'll be like, Doug, look at this. You
So
may
when
want
I
this.
when I drive through Bourbon Country the weekend after next, then that would be an opportunity to maybe get some things that I don't get here.
To mail back.
Correct, to bring back. You know, there's
Okay.
a lot of things. And if you're not sure, you can always reach out to Joe or myself or even Karen
Is this
And,
something the co-op would want?
we'll say this is something the co-op would want, or you
Yeah.
say I'm at Buffalo Trace Distillery, or I'm at Bullet Distillery, or what have you. Bardstown Distillery, whatever. Michter's is a big thing right now. So like they're toasted, they're 10-year-olds. But you're toasted,
Yeah.
you're going to pay $50 a bottle. Your 10 years, you're going to pay $100 a bottle. Actually, $130 a bottle.
Oh, that stuff will go.
But as much as you get, you'll get all your money back. Okay, and they know, everybody from the co-op knows, and it's an honor system, so to say, as far as if you bring it back and offer it and they want it, they're going to come and get it. If they don't come and get it that day, it's your option to forfeit it to them and say, you know what, I have Joe Schmo that wants it. It's going to go to him if you can't, unless you work something out. I don't usually do that. I'll give somebody the opportunity. I just had somebody reach out to me and said, hey, I heard you have an abundance of Stag Junior, which I do. And he's like, I've never had it before. I just want to, I'll trade you a bottle. And we traded a bottle, okay, and it was equal price. And I drove it to his work because, I couldn't, I set a date with this guy and I couldn't make the date. So I said, listen, I'm free right now. Where you at? I'll bring it to you. And I did. And he was appreciative of that. So there's all that stuff. Everybody's is pretty honorable and they take care of things for themselves.
Do they ever pool resources to buy a barrel or something?
So
like
we
that?
have a couple.
Done too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
me
really
and Joe,
interesting to
Joe, and Hank and Carl, we were the ones that did we picked the barrel for the Old Forester for the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, and then was it Eric and Hank and Carl and who else? Was it Eric that did it or no?
I'm gonna have to look back.
I
Maybe
can't,
Andrew
guys. I'm
Warburton?
sorry, we don't remember who,
I
but
think maybe Andrew and maybe Matt. I'm gonna have to look back. I'm horrible at remembering. But they picked out the new Riff barrel.
now we're trying to possibly do, I think, something with Tom's Foolery.
Yeah.
And I think Eric is a part of that too. Eric was on our show a couple weeks ago. Was extremely knowledgeable about bourbons and scotches. We had a great time. It was like the show was so. They were busting our balls about our show being so long. It's usually an hour show. They're busting our chops. But after they did the show, they were like, now we see why your show's an hour long. We actually had 2 hours into the show, so we did a part 1 and a part 2. But now that they were here, and we offer that up to anybody from the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op to come do the show. To watch the show is one thing, to do the show is another. So these guys brought great knowledge. They brought great product, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
And
Very educational.
Very educational. They stole the show. It was great.
Well,
But these guys. Go ahead.
And I'm sorry, your question is like, what are the benefits of the co-op? And not
So,
only you talked about muling things and people trading things, but me being a newbie, you learn a lot from
Yes.
people.
Oh yeah,
So,
of course.
Yeah.
So
That's
you know,
why I wondered about the events. Like, do
Plus
they have
the-
social gatherings where people?
They do.
Absolutely,
They do.
Hang out.
So
Their
we've been
Christmas
to a couple
party. Oh,
of
that
different.
Christmas party.
The Christmas party was a huge success. It was a great event, but they do kind of. Every once in a while, if you follow along on the co-op, you'll see somebody will post, hey, I'm going to Lizardville here, I'm going to Lizardville here. I know there's some on the west side for you too.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, I think Carl just posted today, hey, if anybody's out and about in the Heights, Cleveland Heights, I got some time to meet up for a drink. So
Oh, nice.
that's a great thing. I think
Yeah, they
one of the
always
first-
offer themselves too.
One of the
If
first
you're
events.
somewhere.
They offer themselves.
Yeah.
Sounds
Well,
interesting.
that's
Don't get
not,
crazy,
we
big
can't mention
section.
that.
Don't get crazy. So I know that they do some charitable stuff as well. They do some charitable stuff as well.
Oh,
It's
Food
a good-
bank.
good-
We had talked about
yeah,
the
they
food bank.
just-
They
they just
raised
did the
over
food bank.
10
So,
grand.
10 grand for the Cleveland Food Bank. So.
Excellent.
Yes. Yeah, that was really cool, man.
So that's just some
Yeah.
of the stuff. So we're members. They gave us the opportunity to pick the Old Forester barrel, which I thought was fantastic. We didn't say anything for months, but we talked about the Whiskey Roundtable before it actually got going. What our plan was, and we cleared it with them because we didn't want to step on their toes. And they gave us full reign, which was great. They embraced it. We're their bourbon show, if you will, for the co-op. And there's nothing that we wouldn't do for those guys and the co-op as a whole.
Absolutely.
If the, and they've treated us, like brothers,
Absolutely.
So, you want
And
to,
sisters.
of course. Just kidding. One sister. What's up, sister?
Oh, there's a lot of girls.
I
on
know.
there.
I'm just
There's a
teasing
lot,
you.
and that would be
But
cool to get.
I would love
ladies
to have
on
more.
the show.
I would love to have women on the
We
show.
would love
That'd
to
be
have,
great.
because there are some women on the show
Oh.
that also smoke cigars.
Correct.
So please come on the show. Throw us your knowledge and your feelings about certain bourbons and whatever. It would be awesome to have
Nope.
some of the ladies here.
Nobody's going to
join us.
prejudge you, girls.
Yeah.
At least until you leave. But anyway,
Ladies are the fastest growing sector of the market.
yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But we always ask. So I think Hank and Carl were our first co-op members to come on the show. I know Hank is going to do the show here pretty soon.
Eric, and you keep.
I'm sorry,
Eric and Carl.
Eric, I apologize. Eric. Eric and Carl did the show. I know Hank and Carl want to do the show together because they have a story to tell. And Hank's got a very busy schedule. And
Actually, Zach was.
oh,
Zach was,
Zach
our,
was
first.
our first co-op
member.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah.
So, but so we've only had a couple members. Everyone else has been outsiders that have watched the show,
Yeah.
and through word of mouth, and said, "Hey, we want to be on your show." And
Hey,
that's great.
Snappa was here.
Snappa was here. He drove all the way up from Kentucky to do the show. Him and his wife.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess we have had.
Well,
I guess we have
I
had.
keep forgetting he's.
I guess we have had a handful of bourbon, Cleveland Bourbon Co-op
Absolutely.
people. So I apologize. Every week, every week we do the show, and I don't watch every show just because of my schedule, and Karen does, and I know that Joe does watch the show. Each show he watches like
5 or
3
6
times.
times.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they do a lot of stuff. So, I know you just joined. Just be patient. You're going to see all this stuff happen, and
It'll
Looking
blow up
forward
for you
to
quick.
it.
yeah,
It'll blow up for you quick.
yeah, it will, and you're gonna, if you're not sure about something they're offering, just reach out, call.
And if you go to a bar on your side of town, or even Lizardville over there on that side, post it on the co-op. Tell them where you're at. Hey, if I'm here now, I'm going to be here for this long, from 6 to 9. If anybody wants to meet up with me for a drink and introduce yourselves, go for it.
Love to meet you.
How many members are there?
1,000.
1,200 now.
1,200. Wow, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
one
it's
thing
a-
that they do ask is that you have a Cleveland connection.
Do you
They
live in
want.
Cleveland?
I think Joe, you had gone.
Live in
to-
Ohio?
Strongsville.
Strong.
That qualifies
It
it.
doesn't feel like it here on the east side, but
Basically northeast
It's a different
Ohio.
world.
Northeast Ohio, they want you to be a
Southwest.
part of
Sure.
the area. They don't.
Yeah, if they're hosting something, because they host all over, so they may say, hey, we're Hank and Carl, we're going to be at such and such a place Thursday night at such and such a time to such and such a time. And sometimes it's more on the west side than it is, so to say, on the east side.
Sure.
So they're mostly on the border. So they try to do something for all the members that try to figure out where everybody's living, and they try to hit those areas so they can meet the members, and the members can meet them, and realize that these two guys are just real people. They're fun and they're honest, and it's a good time.
The Christmas party was
The
ridiculous.
Christmas party was fantastic.
There was
That sounds
probably
great.
100 different
Oh
bourbons to drink.
yeah, it was crazy.
Whiskey.
And it was a lot of food. Was
Well, that sounds
fantastic.
like Christmas.
Everybody
Food was
talked
good.
to everybody.
It was at the
You know.
Rockefeller Building.
Yeah, Rockefeller Building. down there.
Fantastic.
It was a good time.
Carl set that up, and it was. I was there from 7 to
At 2:30 in the morning.
freaking. We were there about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, see, I was smart. I went home.
That's because my wife's parents live right around
Yeah,
the
they-
corner. Carl was, I think, staying there or something, and a couple other members hung out late that were around the area, and it was ridiculous.
I fell
But
asleep
the
in the
party
car.
itself, the main party itself, was really cool.
Yep.
Met a lot of people, a lot of different whiskeys. There's a bunch of different whiskeys I hadn't tried. I'm like, oh, look at, and like he said on the one show, it was like, oh. It was like hard to pick.
Oh
It's like, I
yeah.
want to try that. I want to try that. I
It
want
was
to try that. I wanna try that.
definitely a candy
Yeah.
bowl.
Yeah.
full
The
of-
generosity was amazing.
and they did food there. We brought food. A lot of people brought food. It was just, because it's we don't know how many guests you're going to have.
Sure.
I want to make sure everybody has something to eat. It was all great food. A lot of it was all homemade, and it was a lot of fun, man. Just a lot of fun. And and everybody talked to everybody. Yeah, I mean, everybody talked to everybody.
And I won a bottle, actually 2 bottles.
You did.
Yeah.
All right, well,
They
you
had a
got me
raffle.
totally psyched now.
All right.
They had a raffle,
So,
and
I'm ready
I won.
to go.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good for now.
We'll
yeah,
take it just take it a step at
I'll
a time.
learn as I go. and
Cool.
Looking forward to the process.
Good deal. Glad to have you.
All right. Well,
Welcome to
What's
Slim
up?
Bird Co-op, bro.
welcome to
Right.
the co-op, and could you please hold Mr. Bird Dog up to that camera, close up, please?
Bird dog.
I can't believe you held it the whole time. That's sweet, man. So that's-
I can't believe you held the note that long.
Okay. Jesus Christ, that was horrible. So that is Bird Dog tenure, and Karen, let's go into the history.
Can we go into history?
We are doing.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I had a hard time finding a lot of stuff on Bird Dog. So I did find out that they are a product of Western Spirits in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and that was established in 2008. Bird Dog, when we first talked about doing Bird Dog, I was, thinking about what I've seen them for and what they specialize in, which are the flavored whiskeys. So I know a lot of people have probably seen the different flavored whiskeys. They're easy to come by.
Cheap.
Early
Cheap.
cocktail whiskeys.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
exactly.
obviously very good because they have a couple of award winners in their flavored whiskeys, which both sound fantastic to me, and I would love to try. One is the blackberry chocolate. Sounds amazing. I could probably whip up some drinks with that. And then the other one is
good mixers, yeah.
absolutely, and then another award winner is the honey jalapeno. I love jalapeno, so I did a couple of jalapeno drinks.
Arriba. Good.
Great Lakes, because I'm a beer drinker. Great Lakes did an event last year with a jalapeno infused beer, which was amazing. And then a friend of ours took us to a bar that they made jalapeno infused. I don't know if it was a margarita, but it was a tequila.
Oh, it's Margaret.
Amazing. So, sounds great. Would love to try that too. So, okay, put my own little spin on that. But
Before you continue,
yeah,
Ray, we forgot to do one important thing while she's doing her news.
Yeah.
what's that?
Her news, the history is pass out the glasses so we can have them sitting here breathing.
Well, let her.
Okay.
Let her do her thing.
We
Sit there and nose it
It's
while
so
she's
good. Hey, you want to put your nose in there?
I
Don't
do
you?
want to put my nose in that
She can finish. She started, and then we'll pass them out. And
Doug, how much was that?
I think $42.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Karen. Go ahead.
No,
Close.
that's good. And I found, I think on Caskers and that, which tends to be a little bit higher, is about 45.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Cool.
maybe Caskers isn't too expensive then for that. But so going on a little bit with Western Spirits, they also put out a couple of other bourbons, Lexington and Calumet.
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 Oh, really?
Yes. Put out those. They also do a
That's
couple.
a good Calumet when Scott was in town last
Okay.
weekend.
Yeah.
Did you like that too?
I did. It was a store pick, but it was good.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Right.
They also do a couple of whiskeys. They put out Sam Houston and Whitetail. I have not heard of either one of those.
Sam Houston, I've seen several times.
On your travels?
So, no, through my brother Steven. So,
Oh, okay.
Ah, Texas Connection. That's
Texas Connection.
Stevie.
And then I know you guys are going to be like, ugh, but they do a moonshine, and they do a Bird Dog peppermint moonshine.
Yikes!
Woo!
Come on. So,
Yes.
I always
Wow.
talk about too many cigars. It makes it feel like a Russian army was trampling through my mouth.
I'll try anything on the show.
I could do some peppermint moonshine, kind of clean some of that out of there, but
You know me, I have some great moonshines. I love moonshine.
Yeah, you do.
I never drink it
Got a
though.
whole fucking
I
box
drink it
full.
once every 2 years, but I love moonshine.
yeah, but when he drinks it, he drinks it.
Oh, I do drink
We
it.
should do a moonshine episode.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
right here down.
We got to get
Ducking
Goran down here to do a Schlivovitz.
I'm
But
gonna
anyway,
take
go
my
ahead.
teeth out for this episode.
God, we have to do that.
Yeah, we got to get him here to do a Schlivovitz. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
So anyway, again, I couldn't find a lot on Bird Dog, so I'm going to go a little bit more into the Western Spirits. So Western Spirits was the first distillery to join the Bardstown Bourbon Company Collaborative. So what is that? So the collaborative, they work with some of the best craft distillers and brand owners from around the country to create custom whiskeys. And their master distiller is Steve Nally. So I don't know if you know Steve Nally, but he was
do not.
also the master distiller at Maker's Mark. And he's got 40 years experience in the distilling. I'm making that up too.
Distiller. And
Distilling.
Yeah, that.
Distilling.
Distilling.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. I said distillering.
just trying to go along with the theme, man.
It's all good, man.
It's okay. We're not perfect. We don't try to be.
No, God knows I'm not. So he and his team will consult with, and I want to say you, but other companies, and they will help create some custom whiskeys. So they've only been around for a couple of years, but they have collaborated with Castle Brands to produce a custom whiskey and bourbon for Jefferson's.
Oh, wow.
And they've also collaborated with Copper and Kings to do a 10-year bourbon. They have two versions. One is finished in Coppers and Kings American brandy barrels, and the other is another 10-year bourbon that is finished in Muscat Mistel barrels. I didn't know what Muscat Mistel barrels were, but so
I
Mistel is an
automatically-
unfermented grape juice.
It's it's a sweet wine.
Okay.
A dessert
I
one.
was say I thought it was something. I didn't realize it was grapes. Okay, go ahead.
Big sexy
I was
drop
close.
of knowledge.
You go, boy.
Pink.
Okay.
Ding.
So, so I did a little looking on that because I thought, well, that sounds interesting. I'd like to get that. They had a link that you could buy those bottles for about $125. It's called Collaboration, and the A is the ampersand sign. So it's pretty cool that they did a twist on the Bardstown Bourbon Company Collaborative by calling it Collaboration. It's about $125 for any one of the bottles. They do not ship it. So if you do want a bottle, you've got to go down to the Bardstown Bourbon Company and actually buy a bottle there.
What?
I know, right? Suckers.
That's some bullshit. Go ahead.
But what's interesting, they've only been open for 2 years. When they first opened, they were big enough so that they could churn out about 1 million gallons a year. They've done they've done 2 expansions since they first went into business, and they can now churn out 6.8 million gallons
Yeah, it's all right.
per year. So a little bit more than what we have over there on the.
So say anything about them?
Bar top.
Do they ship overseas? Do they do anything overseas?
I did
or-
not see anything about that.
I mean, that's a lot of barrels for the United States. I was just curious.
Calumet.
You know,
That's a-
I mean, Calamet's very good.
That's a
You know,
Well, Calamet's with Western Spirits,
Right.
but they are, what the Western went in with the Bardstown Bourbon Company
gotcha.
to do the collaborative. So
Okay.
a bunch of different companies come together and they do the
oh wow.
distilling.
That's probably an interesting
Yeah.
drink to
They're part of the
Bourbon Trail.
Bourbon Trail. Yes, thank you
okay,
very much.
okay.
Yeah, they are.
So they've got a big center there. They do some information on bourbon distilling, and they can give you some educational information there. So, I know we've talked about going down and visiting the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah.
That might be a
Beautiful
good,
country, guys.
Oh yeah.
good stop.
I've driven through it a couple times. It is just unbelievable. Just the ride, not even when you're on the highway there next to a lot of the distilleries, just the scenery and the landscape that they have at these places. I mean, I can't remember which one I went to, maybe Woodford. Had all the horse stables and just, I mean, miles of fields and fences, and it's so nicely kept. It's the scenery alone is worth just driving through.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's really
I cannot wait to go down
It's
there
so
and just
cool to
check
drive through
everything
that
out.
area.
I'm
Lots
excited
of green
for that.
rolling fields and white fences with horses running around.
Big estate
You should,
houses in the front of them. And all
We
that.
should pick a date. I know that Scott and Sandy were talking about, we talked about end of July or sometime in August. I know that, and Scott's told me 100 times, but, I forget, but they have some events going on down there that he wants us to try to
Oh.
be there for. So I'll revisit that, and then
Look at
we
you.
should.
I have an event announcement that you're going to be like, oh!
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So we'll
unreal.
revisit that with them. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Just
No,
with the thought.
no, you're fine. So back to Bird Dog. So what we're drinking tonight is the Bird Dog 10-year. It is a 90 proof
Okay.
bourbon,
Perfect.
and it's crafted from the most sought-after hand-selected barrels. And what's interesting, if you look on the bottle, they're associated with a breed of dog. So bird dogs, they're hunting dogs, gunning dogs, pointers, a lot to do with hunting,
Honey, sure.
going after games. So
Bird.
each one of their bourbons is associated with the dog. And on this 10-year, the dog that it's associated with is a German short-haired pointer. So when you get your 10-year bottle, you'll see the German
Good
short-haired
all-around
pointer.
hunting dog.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I like dogs, so I just thought I would bring that into the story. But Bird Dog does, in addition to their flavored whiskeys, they do a couple of other bourbons. One is the Kentucky Bourbon Select Stock. That's an 80 proof. And they are associated, that dog on that bottle is the Irish Setter. And the whole reason why I'm bringing this in is because they do another bourbon. It's a small batch Kentucky bourbon, which is 86 proof. And their dog is the Treeing Walker Coonhound, which I'm only bringing up because our grand dog, Juniper, Naomi and Kevin's, is a Treeing Walker Coon dog,
Yes.
which I never even heard of.
My dad's husky was named Juniper.
Really?
Yes.
So, if I'm out and about, I've got to get the small batch Kentucky bourbon because the Treeing Walker Coon dog is the associated dog with that bourbon.
Wow, that's funny.
So,
Great.
that's what I got.
Awesome.
So we're gonna move on to tasting notes.
Yeah, let's pass those
pass
out.
these out.
Let me
Pass
pass
them out.
And I also wanted to point out that we are sponsored by Royal Havana, Village Martini and Wine Bar, and the Clifton Martini and Wine Bar, which is the same, and
And Jackson Gray Jewelers.
Jackson Gray Jewelers. And before we get to the tasting notes here, guys, I'm just going to cut out here, and we're going to do a quick...
Okay.
All right, y'all. We had to take a little quick intermission there, and we're back here with Mr. Big Sexy. On his bottle he brought us today was Bird Dog 10-year. What do you got on the nose there, Big Sexy?
Well, according to the distiller, the color is deep amber with golden highlights. The nose is a full, rich aroma
Nice
of
color.
aged oak with deep undertones of vanilla. The body is a hint of vanilla and fruit up front, which rolls into soft notes of white pepper and a full, woody taste. The finish is a balanced sweetness that lingers as a rich yet subtle caramel flavor fades away, warming the entire palate as it retreats.
Those are some slow
It is. It's heavy, man.
dripping legs.
That's heavy.
That is a oily, heavy drink. That's a plus for me, man. We'll take a nose on that. So could you repeat that nose one more time, please?
The nose is a full, rich aroma of aged oak with deep undertones of vanilla.
I get a lot of oak.
All right, so you said something in there which I've never, ever smelled in a bourbon, and I smell mint.
Yeah.
We did a mint. There was a mint we did.
Yeah,
a
but I
couple
never,
weeks ago.
I never smelled it. I
never
couldn't smell the
smelled
mint.
it.
This is the first time I've ever smelled
there-
mint.
I got something that was like a spearmint that I got.
Yeah, there was. It was a couple
I
weeks
get
ago.
I get like green apple.
It does have that kind of a fruity hint to it. I get a lot of oak.
I do
To me,
get-
it
I
was
get oak, too.
Definite. Well,
the
there's
initial
vanilla
split
is great.
second. I got a little bit
nice
of the
blend.
alcohol on that, and then it went right to a heavy oak for me.
Man, I get mint out of it. I get that. It's like a blend of mint and vanilla, and it's a very good smell. It's
Green
very
apple.
good.
Green apple, huh?
I get a green apple on that heavy.
Yeah,
On the back end of that nose, I get a lot of green apple on that.
I get vanilla and I get the oak.
I get
This
some,
is gonna
I
be
get some
interesting.
oak. I get the mint and I get the vanilla. It's a vanilla mint blend. It's fantastic. I love the smell.
You know what
Absolutely love
struck
the
me interesting on the
Is it
notes?
like a spearmint?
Yeah, it's. I can't.
What struck me?
Yeah, it's almost like a spearmint or almost like a wintergreen.
Yeah, that's it on this one.
It's almost like a
Really?
wintergreen.
or even oak that's fresh cut, not
It's
aged.
it's good. The smell is good.
What
The
struck,
nose is nice.
what
Yeah,
struck me
that's
as interesting
very
is the white pepper.
White pepper. That is very
White
I think that's on the
That-
on the on
that
the
was the
palate.
tasting.
That was the
Palate.
palate. Okay.
Which,
Oh, okay, you went
which
in
we'll discover.
Okay, so
Hopefully
let's.
soon.
Man,
What's the
I love
palate
smell.
again, please?
Okay.
It's all right. Take your time, sexy.
Okay, the palate is a balanced sweetness that lingers as a rich yet subtle caramel flavor fades away, warming the entire palate as it retreats. So,
Where was the
Not
white
a
pepper?
lot.
The finish was
white was the body, so that's the body. Yeah, it's the vanilla up front, soft notes of white pepper, and a full woody taste.
okay.
I imagine the woody taste will be there because that's definitely a character in the
Okay.
nose.
What do you
All
think,
right.
guys?
Let's give it a shot,
Let's
man.
do it.
Ready to-
Let's take our
ready
first
to
sip.
Take
go.
your first sip, man. Man, that's smooth.
I have to almost go in for a second small hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
take
let it
small
sit for a
hits.
second. I'm gonna let it sit for a second. I'm gonna cleanse my palate and I'm gonna hit it again.
That's
I don't think I'm cleansing my palate.
I almost have a.
I have to. I have a perfumey taste.
I have a minty, just brush my teeth type of flavor in there.
You know what's interesting though is I read about the moonshine, the peppermint moonshine. It's interesting that you're picking that up.
I've never ever. Everybody talks about mints and different things. I've never ever ever in my lifetime picked that up until I just tried this.
I'll
You
tell
know-
you what, man. After tasting it and then nosing it again, I get heavy green apple on the nose.
Yeah, that's.
Man, I don't get the green apple, guys.
I do a little bit. I tell you what, after I tried some of that water, it really brought out the mint though.
I'm gonna hit it again right now. It's smooth. I like it.
It does.
Definitely get a lot of oakiness
I
to
do
it.
get the white pepper, kind of midway through,
Okay.
and then I get the caramel vanilla.
I do
kind
get
of
the caramel vanilla.
Yeah.
You know,
on
so
the finish. So.
as I'm pouring this glass up,
You don't
to-
get any of the barrel oakiness to it.
Well, yeah, I do
I
get
do.
some. But I still, it's
That's
like
my
almost
first
like
hit.
it's like a fresher oak than I'm
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, a new,
Not
It's-
a burnt char.
Not the
Fresh
typical
oak.
charred.
Right.
No.
like a new oak.
Char.
So you know, as I pour it up to my mouth to drink it, and my mouth's open, I'm smelling it at the same time, and it's smooth. It's very pleasurable. I like it. I do. I like it.
This is really good.
It is
I was
good.
not
I do like
expecting a bird dog product to be like this, and it's very, very good.
I will
Yeah, I'm
say,
with you.
for
Yeah.
a 10-year, it tastes young, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
It does have a little bit of a youngness to it.
It
I agree
does
with that.
taste younger
But
than
not-
a
10,
10-year-old
it does.
you think would be.
But it's not. It's pleasing. It really is
It's a
pleasing.
it's a quick spice,
It's gone.
but it's smooth.
It drinks less proof than it is.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a good way to put
It
it.
drinks like a 80 proof Basil Hayden, but it's 90.
What do you think, Dougie?
It's oily to me. It's got a
Yeah.
long finish. Like I just keep tasting it. And tasting
Look at the
it,
legs
tasting
on that glass.
I know, but it's heavy.
I like the whole length of the whole taste
I do
experience.
too.
it. It sticks to the glass.
from
I
the
mean, it
sure
doesn't
does.
wash
From
away at all.
the smell to the drink, it's very consistent.
Look, you can see where it pours.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't even
Yeah.
go. It doesn't even
Yeah.
wash away. It's
Right.
heavy.
I like a
Yeah,
whiskey
mine's
like
the same way.
this
It's an
that's,
oily drink.
that has a lot of dimension to it and on the palate. And
It's a very nice drink.
It is.
There's a lot going on. Like
Yeah, there
the
is.
minute you first sip it to the minute it's down your throat, there's a lot going on in
It
there.
doesn't burn going down. I just
No.
keep pulling flavors. I have not washed down with any water since we started this drink, and it
Okay.
keeps lingering in my mouth.
Okay,
I
Doug.
keep tasting it.
Doug. Should I buy it for the bar? Yes or no?
I would
Karen?
have some on hand.
Sure, why not? I would.
This should be at everybody's bar.
I
Everybody's
agree.
collection should have this.
All
bar.
right.
Yeah.
4 whiskey round tables up. I
Yes.
think You guys see this 10-year, buy it. If you didn't like it, be surprised. It is very, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Give it a try. for
Nice
sure.
pick, Doug. Very nice pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very surprised because, gimmicky. I thought it was the flavored whiskeys or whatever,
I like
and
it.
it wasn't at all
right.
that.
Well, we're gonna add it.
Yeah, that's very good. I'm
gonna add it.
impressed. I'm very
I
impressed
am
by
too.
that one.
I am
Daily drinker.
Yeah. Oh,
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It doesn't taste like 90 proof.
No.
I mean, for 90 proof,
It goes
I mean,
down very
It's
easy.
got minimal heat to it. Real
Yeah,
minimal.
very minimal.
And it's-
I got more heat on the nose than I ever did on the palate.
And it's definitely worth the cost.
The cost. I'd pay $50 for that bottle.
Yeah.
I really
I
would.
thought, nosing it, that we were going to have an alcohol surprise.
Right.
I was kind of, in my head like, oh, we might be having some heat on this one. You know what I mean? Nothing.
So all you viewers that like the stuff that we taste now, as we've done the last 12 or 13 shows,
16.
16.
This is
16.
16. Okay. Like
Sweet
I said,
16.
we do the show. I worry about it next week. That's just how I am. But anyway, some of you guys that are early bourbon drinkers, if you will, early whiskey drinkers, and you're right now hovering at the the $20 to $35 mark as far as your bottles that you're buying, that you're tasting and working your way up. Spend the $42 and buy it. If you didn't like it, it would be shocked. Very good stuff. Give it a try, man.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I've heard a lot of undesirable things about Bird Dog, but they are known for their flavored whiskeys, if you will. This one is not flavored as far as fruit goes, but as a whole 10-year, I'd buy this every day.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic.
They,
Yeah, it really is.
It's really good.
They collaborated on this, and they're a little closed mouth about.
Where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly.
Comes from
Good.
somewhere
And
in
of course,
Bowling
it
Green,
would never
Kentucky.
taste as good as it does without drinking it in the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op snifters.
Whoop whoop.
Cleveland Bourbon Co-op.
Which, if you haven't already, get your order in. I don't know.
Oh,
The
yeah, that's
orders
right.
may be closed by the time.
Next week. Get
By
your
the
order
time
in
we
for the
post
This actually
new.
will be, when this is posted, it'll be closed
It'll
already.
be closed.
All right, so,
yeah.
all right, guys. Sorry, but get on the horn.
Get your orders.
Play and get your orders in. Good.
New member.
New member.
Get him in. My order in for what?
For
Glasses.
So the
They got
new
rock
second
glasses.
version of these
These
snifter
glasses.
Terrans.
They got
Yeah.
rocks glasses. They
That's
got
nice.
coasters.
Coasters.
I think that's it.
They should post.
Yeah,
they
those
should
are the
show
three
those.
things.
They should have that on the Cleveland
Well, I
Bourbon
definitely
Co-op.
want in on some of that.
All right, so
Absolutely.
get on the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op and look them up. It's the second round of glasses, so it's the logo is very similar, but Carl changed
The wood grain.
The wood grain.
He's such a guy.
From horizontal to vertical. So
Yeah, he was
So-
telling us about that.
Symmetrical.
yeah, so that's
I look at the
Okay.
shapes. How I look at the
All right.
shapes.
Do that
as
Take
soon
a
as the
Quaalude.
show's
Shut
over.
that fuck up.
You know.
You know, I have a pile of cocaine.
Yeah, I got cocaine. That's all you had to say.
All right, Scarface.
Oh, this
So,
after party's
I,
gonna get kind of crazy.
Hey,
now.
last week we didn't have a guest, and I just want to say this real quick. My brother Steven was up from Texas.
There was a guest.
And he tried not to be a guest, but we made him be a guest. But
He couldn't help himself.
Steve, great
Busted
show.
them balls.
Great show. Obviously, we always love to have you here in
That was a
Ohio.
really good show.
And me and you had a great time. So I appreciate you. I appreciate that you sat in on the show, even though you didn't
loved
want to
that
be a
show.
guest. But yeah, you watch every one of our episodes,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. And Hank from the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op does
Yes,
as
he
well.
does. Yeah.
And Carl as well, and Eric, and I appreciate you coming in and doing some stuff. You're a wealth of knowledge as well on as far as bourbons and scotches go. And you introduced us to a couple of things. You even made me crack open a few $100 bottle of Lefroy, which I didn't think I would like, but I did. So that was all contributed to.
Oh snap! We got an
to-
ILA lover here.
To
Oh, yeah.
Did I say it right?
I'm all
So
over
we're
it.
gonna try that tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sounds
So
good.
if it wasn't for you,
Have you had
that
it?
bottle would have sat on that
What?
bar
Which
for
one?
friggin' ever.
Before
So
18, we actually
Oh,
before 18.
oh,
So
boy,
we-
am I looking
we have a small
forward to that.
collection of the 18-year-olds.
I'm sorry. All I got was Band-Aids and plastic out of the
Well,
Ah,
Scotch is a different. So I'm not a huge Scotch guy. I have some Scotches that I like,
I'm
but
just being honest.
but you
Band-Aids
like
and what?
Plastic.
the
Oh,
Calva.
fuck me.
That's your Scotch.
Avalon?
Well, actually, Band-Aids,
mine.
Band-Aids
Oh,
is a
that's a good
legitimate
Kevlar.
flavor note. I know. Certain I Love
How about
whiskeys
used
that's
Band-Aids?
very acceptable.
How about used Band-Aids?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This
I'm
is
telling you, I
Band-Aids
tried it
aged.
twice.
I don't know. And this is more. This is upper scale Band-Aids. Band-Aids aged in a toilet that's been used for
Oh my goodness!
18 years.
And they pay some good money for those
So
Band-Aids.
you know, I know you're big into scotches, so I know that you have some time after the show, Dougie, and we're gonna try a couple different scotches that you've never had before.
All right.
Okay, and we're not here to get drunk. We're just
Thank
here to
God for
taste.
Lyft.
No, we're never here to get drunk. It
Please
just
thank your Lyft
sometimes
driver.
happens to happen.
But I'm gonna kick you guys out by midnight
Get the fuck
tonight.
out of here. Whatever.
If you're hungry after the show, let me know. I'll make some food. So, but that's all I got,
That
brother.
was great.
That's all I got.
That's all you
All
got,
right.
huh?
All right. So what do you got today? Hey, where's our? Where's our? I want to hear some news, man.
Oh, we got some news
You got some
going.
news?
We got some whiskey-related news here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I can't do the news without a little something here. Give me some bird dog.
I got some
We need
toilet
a little
water
more of
upstairs.
that.
You want me to run
We
up
can
and
do
get
that.
you one?
You do toilet wine.
Bird
Oh.
dog.
Jail wine is the best
I'll
wine.
do a second round.
I'll do a second round of that as well.
Come on, good plan.
This is news right here. Pouring.
I'm sorry, that was a bitch for you. Doug, I appreciate this. This
Oh.
was fantastic.
Glad it's a hit.
Donkey Shane.
All
All
right.
right.
All right, okay, so we're going to kick into the news here. So you like the Islays. Did I say that right? Islay?
Eyeless.
Islays.
It's
No
like
why. Just
I
forget.
lost. I
Okay,
lost.
all right, we're going to go
Islays.
back to this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Forget
You
the
like the
why. Forget the
Islays.
why. That's all right.
Islays.
You like the Islays.
And-
So what we got on the Islays,
And
you
the
like
S.
Ardbeg.
Oh yes.
Okay, so Ardbeg said they were not going to do another Supernova, so they got an Ardbeg Supernova 2019 edition. Heavily
Yes.
peated, heavy smoke. 53.8% alcohol is going to be available sometime in the summer or something like that.
Son, I think you're tickling
All
tickling
right.
Big Sexy
Well, I
Funny
know,
Bone
he's
over
like,
there.
"Man,
Yeah.
Come on.
I will be in Scotland this summer.
You're going to Scotland?
Yes, this
Where-
summer.
Stay
Where
there.
is
Stay there.
Can we give you a list?
Yeah, Northern Scotland. Yeah, I'll be visiting with the family. We have lots of. Well,
You have
we a
family in
number-
Scotland?
No, my whole family is going. We're going to a wedding in Italy. My
Of course.
Shauna's niece is getting
Oh,
married, so
awesome.
but since we're going that direction, we thought
You gotta
a
go.
week in Scotland
Oh,
has to
absolutely.
happen.
Hey, wedding crashers.
Wedding crashers.
There you go.
We'll even,
Sorry, Baptist.
we'll even pack ourselves in your own luggage.
Yeah.
Whiskey roundtable in the house.
Can we fold this table up? Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
We
Be
have
at
a
the
few-
wedding, like,
we have
is
a
there
few
a wedding here?
Definitely
Hurry
have
up
a
in
few
this
distilleries. We'll be going to the Isle of Skye, so Talisker is
Right,
definitely going to be.
Talisker. I have a
on
bottle
our
of Talister's coming.
And I
Highly
think we're going to
recommend.
be at Glenmorangie
Mm-hmm.
as well, and some others yet to be decided.
Awesome. Good deal.
Look at the people in the background like, say I do, motherfucker. Come on, we got a drink here.
We got some touring to do.
We got
Clark-
some.
Clarky.
You done invited some peoples from the Geauga County.
Oh my, Clarky, put down that bird dog and start talking. You're
We
killing
shined
me.
up our tooth for this trip.
Right, see, you guys are fucking my segment now. What are you talking about? Anyway, back to the Ila and the Italians and the Scottishes.
Oh my goodness.
Back to Weller Full Proof.
Oh.
June 19th, no age statement, 114 proof. Once per year, limited.
There's a surprise.
You never fucking see it.
There's a surprise.
Lottery.
Vanilla, dark cherry, caramel, creme brulee, and chocolate on the tasting notes.
Come on, we gotta
So,
get our
you
hands
know-
on
you know
a
what I-
bottle of this.
$9.99, $950 for Ohio ones.
Get the fuck
No,
out.
I'm just
Shizzle?
saying. I'm saying
Oh.
$49.99, but we ain't ever going to see it. We'll have to get it on the secondary.
So, you know what
it
I've
doesn't matter.
noticed is the shortage of Antique 107. I haven't seen it on any shelves in the last 3 weeks.
Didn't we say something about that?
So, what's
My
this?
reserve has them.
No, they don't. Not the 107. They haven't gotten it in 3 weeks.
Well, that's okay
It's
because
gotten it. Go ahead.
year supply. Go ahead.
Huh?
And then some. Go ahead.
May not be on the store shelves,
Big
but
G's
it may
got
be
it.
on the store
Readily available.
shelf. Okay.
Oh, that shelf. Yeah.
That shelf.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a store shelf.
So anyway, that is pissing a lot of people off. But anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just what I know.
Sometimes you
It's
shouldn't-
just Joe's segment.
shouldn't fill a whole car full and take it somewhere else. But go ahead.
What did I say?
Oh, I thought you had something. Okay. Anyways, don't fill your trunk full of Weller 107 and take it elsewhere. Please keep it here. But anyways,
I didn't do that.
so I can't even read the first word I wrote down. My handwriting is so horrible that there's actually, you guys were talking about Scott Roblett and festivals and the Bourbon Trail. There's a Bourbon Festival conference coming for every fall. It is going to be around the northern part of Kentucky there, Covington to Newport, so right where New Riff is and all that stuff. October 4th to 5th. Music, cigars, and bourbon is the theme. This is going to be like the SXSW of bourbon, they're saying. And it's a way of these guys in the northern part of Kentucky, like your New Riffs, your Boone County, and stuff like that, to get themselves notoriety and to get them on the Bourbon Trail to make maybe a bigger Bourbon Trail.
Actually, Scott told me about that.
So, well, go fuck yourself on my goddamn well, that's the fucking show. And you hurt my feelings, Greg.
Because he says if you can't come down till October, this is what I got for you. So he already told me about that. That's my man, Scotty. That's
Snap
Scott.
up!
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
But anyways, no, that'd be awesome. Big festival was made to connect these distilleries with the rest of the OG Bourbon Trailer. Trailer. Some of us come from the park.
It's because they're from Geauga County.
That's when you come down here, boy, get you some coke. Never mind. Includes New Riff and Boone County are some of the main distilleries that are holding this festival, and this festival is going to have music, cigars, and bourbon, and music as in they're trying to pull some, I don't think trying, they probably already did, but pull some big music acts coming in, not just country, but rock and anything else wants coming to do that. I think that's the festival we shoot for.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm in.
Roll up in the bourbon, all tinted out and shit, with some whiskey.
Well, we have the means to get there, that's for sure.
We do. I mean,
You know what we need to
only have a
do?
9-passenger vehicle.
We need to do like a
Or
Spicoli
two.
van, but in
technically
bourbon.
18 passenger.
I would, yeah, right.
We need to turn that into like the Spicoli bourbon van.
You know what I think we should do? I mean, this is like forward thinking and crazy.
Okay, I'm in.
A Cleveland Bourbon Co-op bourbon festival kind of thing.
That'd be cool.
We'd have to talk to like Hank and Carl and figure out how we could do something like that, like on a street, like close down a street, and it's just like a mini bourbon fest.
You have a bunch of distillers out there. You know, they do that in
You got
Willoughby.
Tom's Foolery, you got Cleveland Underground, you got Midwest Spirits from Columbus there, you got what's the other one, Western Reserve over there. I mean, that would be cool to like close down a whole block, a city block or something on a weekend in the summertime, of course, where everybody can get out, get some local, it'd be like local distilleries, including Midwest Spirits, and get some local bands, and just have something like that, and you close down the whole street and have the whiskey round table live on the spot. Maybe even get something like JCU, John Carroll University Radio, where we can be live on a radio show and do something like that. I thought about that. I thought it'd be kind of fucking cool.
Why can't we just do our own radio show?
You heard it here first.
I mean, like on the FM radio.
Well, we'd have to watch our language.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Or we could just do it live on YouTube and do that stuff.
Yeah, well, we could do that too.
I think we should just do that. You're correct.
Okay.
Greg. All right, and I think that's it. That is the Whiskey Roundtable, and we are your hosts. I'm Joe Clark.
Big G.
And I am Karen Helen Keller.
Doug
Grab a
Dunbar.
whiskey. I'm sorry. Doug Dunbar. Come on. Doug Dunbar. Big sexy.
Who the hell is that?
Dunbar.
Hey, drink
Fuck.
responsibly till next week. Enjoy your bourbon and cigars. We'll catch you next week.
We'll see ya.
Be safe,
Grab a
everyone.
whiskey, grab a cigar, and let's take a journey. Thanks for joining us for this journey today. We love you guys. Drink safely. Drink well. Try to drink expensive.
Drink Bird Dog.
Drink some Bird Dog Tenure, that's for sure. Good night, guys. We love you.